So I'm in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and this is a city with a population around 89,000 that has been rising since the early 1900s. It's 50% Hispanic and 41% white. And the average age here is 44, which is right around the national average. 29% of the adults are seniors. 29%, so it's kind of a really older city, age-wise, of the people that live here. The average earnings are around $37,000, and there's a 13% poverty rate. The marriage rate's about 42%, which is really good for a city. And 45% of the people that live here were born here. That's actually on the low side. The number's usually a bit higher, so that means a lot of people, this is a place that people move to because the population's growing, yet a lot of the people that live here were not born here. And 10% of the population is non-citizens. And for the last 10 years, they've had between 0 and 5 homicides a year. And their assault rate has been in the 200 to 300-ish. But last year their assault rate jumped up to 757.6. I mean, it's kind of a cute city. We were pulling through here. The assault rate is 757.6. Chicago is at 550. And Baltimore's in the low 900s, like the 930s. So their assault rate is as high as somewhere between Chicago and Baltimore. It's cute though. It's really cute. There's roads with all the Southwestern style buildings like this. It's cute. The violent crime rate here is 150% higher than the national average. And I consider regular city bad to be about 100% higher. So it's worse than what regular city bad would be. And your odds of becoming a victim of a crime here is 1 in 18, which is a little high. But the alarming thing, and the reason I wanted to see this city, is their year-over-year crime rate, or year-over-year crime, when they determine it, is up 169%. 169%. So from 2021 to 2022, because the data I have is from 2022, the crime went up 169%. Population's rising, the crime is going up, and that's a huge jump for crime to go up. Most cities are maybe a high number would be 18%, 20%. So 169 is really high. And the cost of living here is slightly higher than the national average, with housing prices being about 29% higher. So if you plan on moving here, expect to pay a decent amount to buy a home. And where things get interesting and where you can see why the crime is as bad as it is. Oh, these people everybody's just cutting in front of everybody all the time. Where you can see why the crime is the way it is that the test scores here are at 28%, meaning when the kids graduate high school, 28% of them are proficient at reading and math. They're at grade level for reading and math, 28%. The state of New Mexico is 41%, and the national average is at 48%. So it's significantly worse than both the national average and the New Mexico numbers. It's kind of cute though. I gotta give it that. It's kind of cute, but its crime problem is an actual problem. .8% of the residents here completed high school. And that doesn't sound like a very big number, but it's about normal for America. You know, 80 to 85% of a city that graduated high school, of the adults. And 41% of the people that live here have a bachelor's degree. That is actually really high. And I was surprised to see that with the high school being so low. But when you figure only 45% of the people were born here, so that means the other 55% moved here from somewhere else. That's probably the only reason that 41% of the population would have a bachelor's degree. It's people that moved here after college, and they're, you know, they had a longer, more schooling. And the New Mexico state average for schools is 34% reading at grade level when they graduate, and 20% proficient at math when they graduate. So even the state of New Mexico itself isn't really doing all that great as far as schooling goes either. And when it comes to like things like mass shootings, they really don't have them here. They might have one a year, but it's not really a city that's got a lot of mass shootings. But they get snow here in the winter, and I imagine these roads, I mean, what do they do with the snow when they plow? They got to have a dump truck follow by and have one of those trucks that scoop it up into the dump truck and get rid of it, I bet. Because these roads are really narrow. There's, I mean, you can't, I mean, they would dump all the snow onto that person's little sidewalk there, and they'd have to shovel it. And then where would they even put it? I don't know how much snow they, well, you can see there's snow on the side of the road right now. It doesn't look bad though. There's no, I don't see any graffiti, and there's snow on the south side of the road. The north side, it looks like it's all dried up, but I don't see any garbage either. So my best guess, and it's a guess, on what happened here is GoPro cut out. So my best guess on what happened here is that it was a good city, and 2020 hit and did a number on this city just like it did to every other city in America, and the crime went out of control, and their crime even going into 2022 was 100 and whatever I said, 168% higher or something like that from the year before, which is a huge jump. And the crime rate going up, it's now worse than regular city bad, but the city still got kind of a hold on it because you don't see the graffiti, or at least not in any area that I've driven through so far. You don't see the graffiti, and you don't see the garbage that's normally associated with a city that's going bad or is bad. It actually looks like, I mean, obviously there's like some snow, but it looks like it's probably a relatively clean city. So at least you can give the city this. Because you don't see graffiti and you don't see litter, the city still cares. And the city still wants it to be a nice city. And I think that might be partly because of the amount of tourism they have here. They probably have to keep it clean, because people aren't going to come here if it's not clean. I'm going to see if we can go through one of these neighborhoods and see what the houses look like. There's a church or a cemetery here on the right. When we were little, my mom used to tell us it wasn't respectful to breathe when you went past a cemetery. So we would all be in the car holding our breath when we drive past cemeteries, and she would sometimes intentionally drive really slow so that we'd sit there going, hurry up. I don't really think it's disrespectful, but it was funny that we used to do that. I don't know why I just thought of that and shared that with you, but that was just something we used to do. That's the entrance to the cemetery. I don't know if I can get into a neighborhood now. What did I get on? I turned there thinking I was going to turn and then get to some houses. It looks like I'm getting on a freeway now. Yeah, now I might get on some kind of freeway. Santa Fe Relief Road. Well, all right. Well, I'm going to leave this video here. This is just a city to keep an eye on. It's not bad yet, but an increase of over 100% year-over-year crime rate is really high, and that's something you got to keep an eye on and watch. I'm going to exit here, but I don't know if we're going to get back into a residential neighborhood. See what this does, or if this is still another freeway. But it's not a city. It's not a city I think of when I think of crime. I don't think I'd be afraid if I came here if I didn't know any of this stuff. But like I said, we'll keep an eye on it and make sure they keep things in check. It looks clean. There's not graffiti everywhere, and hopefully they keep things going in a better direction and turn things around before it gets out of control like a lot of cities are now. All right, thanks for watching.